Welcome to my channel. So in this video, we are going to discuss about the 2-mark question and answer from the 4th unit. That is the transient analysis. Okay, transient analysis of RL, RC and RLC circuit for different inputs. So the first question, so transient analysis, in that the first thing you should understand the two things, steady state response and transient response. Okay. So first one, what does mean by steady state of a network? So that is we discussed the first, second, and third unit and so on. So in that thing, we derived the steady state response only. So what does steady state response means? A network in which the branch currents and node voltages are not changing with respect to time means it is said to be the steady state. So in our first unit and second unit problem, so there may be some diagram, some circuit is given. So we will apply some input voltage. So because of that input voltage, we find the voltage across the particular resistance or current flowing through the particular resistance we are calculating. So that answer is, so for example, if you are calculating the current flowing through the resistor is some 10 amps means that the 10 amps it is not varying with respect to time. Okay, so the 10 amps current is always flowing through the particular resistor. So that type of response we are calling it as a steady state response. So a network in which the branch currents means current flowing through any component, and the particular node voltages are not changing with respect to time means it is said to be the steady state. Okay, so the next one is the another response is said to be transient response. So there is one other question, what is mean by transient response of the network? So it is one of the thing. So the transient response only we are analyzing in this 4th unit. Okay, so what is transient response means? So in the 4th unit problem, you see, so many problems we discussed. So in that there may be a one switch is given. Okay, so one RL, that is you just consider one series RL circuit. So in that you see this diagram. So this is one circuit given. You see this diagram, this is a one series RL circuit. So in the series RL circuit, the voltage, the 10 volt voltage source is connected to RL circuit via one switch. Okay, so if the switch is in open condition means at the time the current flowing through this resistor and inductor is 0. Okay, so by the time whenever we are closing the switch only, at the time only there is a current flowing through the particular component. Okay, so but this type of response it is called as the transient response. Okay, so if we are measuring the current through the resistor at a time t less than 0 or time t equal to 0 or time t equal to 1 hour, the current flowing through the resistor and inductor it will vary with respect to time. Okay, since the switch is open for time t less than 0, so at the time the current flowing is 0. So whenever the switch is closed, the current flowing through this component it will vary. So but with respect to time, the current vary or voltage at particular node it will varying means that type of response we are calling it as a transient response. Okay, so at the time we are mentioning the current, it is not a current I, it is mentioning as a I of t. So I of t means the current value is varying with respect to time t. Similarly, the voltage we are mentioning it as not V, it is a V of t. So V of t means voltage across the particular thing with respect to time it is varying. Okay, so this type of response we are calling it as a transient response. So but what is mean by transient response means when a network is switched from one condition to another. That is if the switch is open means the network is in one condition. If the switch is closed means there is a formation of one RL series circuit. Okay, that is the meaning. When a network is switched from one condition to another by change in applied voltage or by change in one of the circuit element. So during a period of time, the branch currents and voltages change from their former value, that is old value to new value. So this thing it is this interval is called as a transition period. So the value of that is the current flowing through the particular component or voltage across the particular component is changing from one old value to new value, the former value to new value. So this interval it is called as the transition period. So this transition period it is also one of the 2-mark question. Okay, and So during this transition interval, so the output of the particular network is called as the transient response of the network. Okay, so this is the transient response. So when a network is switched from one condition to another by either change in applied voltage or change in the one of the circuit element, so during the period of time, the branch currents and voltages change from one value to another value. So that response, we are calling it as a transient response. Okay, so this is the thing. Then the next one is so in this transient response, so we will discuss the three circuit, RL, RC and RLC circuit. So in that, the very important question is time constant. What is the time constant of series RL circuit? So the next question you see, the time constant of series RC circuit. So these two questions are very repeated questions. So you see, this question is asked 2016, 15, 17, 14 and 11. Similarly, you see 17, 16, 14 and 15. Okay. So continuously either this question or this question will come. So what is time constant of series RL circuit? So the time constant is nothing but it's a time required for the current to rise to 63.2% of its final value is known as time constant of the series RL circuit. Okay, so the time constant, it is denoted by the symbol tau. Okay, so what is the time constant of the series RL circuit? Means the tau is equal to, it's a ratio of L divided by R. It's a ratio of the inductor value divided by the resistance value. It is called as the time constant of series RL circuit. So but what does this means? So you see, so this is the response of the series RL circuit. Okay, so this one is the transient response of the series RL circuit. So in that circuit, you see at a time t equal to 0, the current, this is the current, y-axis current, x-axis we are taking time. At a time t equal to 0, the current flowing is 0. So if you are increasing the time, the current is slowly increasing. Okay, so the current value, it is slowly increasing, and after that the current reaches the steady state value. But here, so you just consider this maximum value. Okay, this maximum current, it is a V divided by I. This is the maximum current. So but this point is a 0.632 of the final value. Okay, but what is the meaning means? So this is the time. Okay, this time we are calling it as a that is the time constant. This is the time constant tau. So but what is time constant tau means? It is the time required by the current to reach the 63.2% of the final value. Okay, so by this distance we are calling it as a time constant. So the current reaches from 0 value to, this is the 63.2%. Okay, so that is called as the time constant of RL circuit. So it is it's a another one question also. Okay, define time constant of RL circuit. Draw the transient current characteristics. Okay, it is a May 2017 and 12 question. So the time constant of RL circuit is defined as time taken by the current to reach 63.2% of its final value. So the time constant, it is denoted by tau. So the tau is equal to L divided by R. Okay, and this is the transition characteristics curve. So what is transition characteristics curve means? It is a graph drawn between current flowing through the RL circuit with respect to time. So initially the current is 0. So whenever the time increases, the current flowing through the RL circuit slowly increases, and after one point it reaches the maximum value. Okay, so this current expression, the current flowing through the RL circuit is I of t equal to V by R into 1 minus e power minus t by tau, where tau is a L divided by R. Okay, this is the current flowing through the RL circuit. Okay, so this is the time constant of RL circuit. Okay, so the same question, the third question, and that question is also same. Okay, then the next question is define time constant of series RC circuit. Okay, so this is the time constant of RL circuit. So the tau is equal to L divided by R. So what is the time constant of series RC circuit means? So the time constant of series RC circuit is defined as the time during which the current reaches to 36.8%. Okay, so in that it's a 63.2% of its final value. Here the current reaches 36.8% of its final value. It is said to be the time constant. So here the time constant of RC circuit is, the formula is that tau is equal to R into C. Okay, R into C. So you see, for RL circuit, L by R. For RC circuit, R into C. The product of resistor into capacitor is said to be the time constant. Okay. So using this formula, there may be a possibility of problem also. Okay. So you see the next, this is the problem related to the time constant formula. So the next problem, find the time constant of RL circuit having R equal to 10 ohm and L equal to 0.1 millihenry. So it's a May 2013 question. Okay, so sometime they are asking the problem for the time constant. Okay, so but here what is the value given? R is 10 ohm, L is 0.1 millihenry. So what is the question? We have to find the time constant of RL circuit. So according to the definition, what is the time constant of RL circuit? Tau is equal to the ratio L divided by R. Okay. So what is L? It's a 0.1 milli. So milli means 10 to the power minus 3 divided by the resistor value is 10. Okay. So if you are calculating, the answer is 10 into 10 power minus 6. So you know what is 10 power minus 6? 10 power minus 6 is called as micro. Okay. So what is the unit for the time constant? It's a time. So second. So 10 microsecond. So the time constant is calculated as 10 microsecond. Okay. So it's a one of the question. Similarly, the next one. So this one is already we discussed. Define time constant of RL circuit and draw the transient current characteristics. Okay. So this question already we discussed. So the next one you see a series RLC circuit. Okay, a series RLC circuit has R equal to 10 ohm, L equal to 2 Henry. What value of capacitance will make the circuit critically damped? So this problem, it is related to the series RLC circuit. So the series RLC circuit, the RLC circuit is producing three types of oscillation. One is critically damped, over damped and under damped, depending upon the value of R, L and C value. Okay. So but what is the condition for the critically damped means? So this is the condition. So it is also a one of the 2-mark question. What is the condition to be satisfied for critically damped oscillation in RLC circuit? So this is the formula, you just understand. So the circuit is critically damped mean it should satisfy the condition R by 2L the whole squared is equal to 1 divided by LC. Okay, this is the condition for the critical damping. So from this, this is the one thing. Then another one thing is for a critically damped circuit, this is eta. Okay, this one is a damping ratio. So the damping ratio, it should be equal to 1, either this condition or this condition. Okay, we may use any one. So the damping ratio equal to 1. So what is the formula for the damping ratio? This damping ratio eta equal to, that is if you are rearranging from this equation only, this damping ratio is derived. But if you are rearranging this equation, we will get the damping ratio equal to R by 2 square root of C by L. So either you, that is you remember this formula or this one. So with the damping ratio, it must be equal to 1. So what is damping ratio? R by 2 square root of C by L. It is equal to 1. But if you are, that is if you are equating R by L, R by 2 square root of C by L equal to 1. This is the condition. So what is our question means? Here R is given, L is given. The question is to, we have to find the value of capacitance under the condition of critically damped condition. But in this, from this formula, R is given, L is given. We have to find out the value of C. Okay. So the C is under the square root. So that's why we are taking square on both sides. So if you are taking square on both sides, we will get R squared by 4. C divided by L is equal to 1. Okay. But from this, the capacitor C is calculated as, if you are rearranging the equation, C equal to 4L divided by R square. So you substitute the value of L and R. So L value is 2 and R value is 10. So if you are substituting, we will get the answer 80 millifarad. Okay. So this is the capacitance value under the critical damped condition. So what is the condition for critically damped? The damping ratio equal to 1. So what is the formula for the damping ratio? R by 2 square root of C by L. Okay. This one or this one. R by 2L the whole squared is equal to 1 by LC. So either using this one or this one, we will solve the problem. Okay. This is the question. And similar to the previous question, here L and C is given, we have to find R. Okay. So in this question, R and L is given, we calculated the capacitor value. So in this problem, L value, C value given, we have to find the resistor value. Okay. So in a series RLC circuit, L equal to 2 Henry, C equal to 5 microfarad. Determine the value of R to give critical damping. So it's a May 2016 question. So you know the for critically damping condition, so you know the formula. So what is the formula? The damping, critically damped damping ratio eta equal to R by 2 square root of C divided by L. Okay, here L. C divided by L, it is equal to 1. Okay, so this is the formula. So but here R by 2 square root of C by L is equal to 1. So in this formula, what are the data given? L is given, C is given. So we have to find R. But from this equation, R equal to, so 2 into L square root of L divided by C. So substitute the value of L and C. So what is L? L is 2 Henry. C is 5 microfarad. So L is 2, C is 5 micro. Micro means 5 into 10 to the power minus 6. So if you are substituting, we will get the answer R equal to 1265 ohms. That is 1.26 kilo ohm. Okay. So this is a one type of problem. Okay, same problem but a different data they are asking. And the next one is distinguish steady state and transient state. Okay, steady state response and transient response. So this is a December 2015 and 11 question. So already we discussed in first question and second question. So the steady state response means, what is steady state response? In the network, the branch currents, that is the current flowing through the particular resistor or voltage across the particular element is constant. It is not changing with respect to time, means it is said to be the steady state. Okay, transient means you know with respect to time, that is if you are switching, the switch is in either on condition or off condition. So depending upon the switch condition, the response, that is the current flowing through the particular thing, it will vary. It is said to be the transient response. Okay, but here you see the response of the network during the transition period is called transient response. Okay, this is the one thing. And in the transient response, the response means output. Okay, the current flowing through the particular circuit, it will vary. It's a one of the point. And the steady state means the steady state response is the final value of the parameter. Okay, final value. The steady state response is the final value of the particular parameter of the network attain constant thing. Okay, this is said to be the transient response. Okay, so that is you see the graph. So from this graph, which one is steady state response means this one. Okay, after this point, the current flowing through the particular RL circuit reaches the maximum and constant value. You see that maximum value is V by R. So this response is called a steady state response. Okay, so before that, from 0 to the particular value, the current is slowly increasing with respect to time. So this response, we are calling it as a transient response. Okay, that is a transiency. So the response of the network during transition period is called as transient response. Steady state response is the final value of the particular parameter. Okay, it attains the steady state value. It is called as the steady state response. Okay, and the next one, what is natural and forced response? Okay, it is also a important question. It's a April 2019 and 14 question. So you see natural response and forced response. So what does natural response means? The response or output of the network obtained without any external supply voltage. It is called as the natural response. Okay, for example, this is the circuit. So in that circuit, so here one voltage source, external source is there. So if you are removing this external source means you removed this external source, and you may calculate what is the current flowing through the particular circuit. Means that circuit, that thing. Okay, if any current is flowing through the particular circuit means that response, we are calling it as a natural response. Okay, so the response of the network obtained without any external supply voltage, it is called as the natural response. Okay, what is forced response means when the network is driven by some either voltage source or current source, then the response of the network is called as the forced response. For example, in the circuit, we are giving some external input voltage. Because of this external voltage only, there is a current flow is there. Okay, about this current is called as response. So the output of the circuit due to this external voltage source or current source, it is said to be the forced response. Okay, so this is a natural and forced response. Natural response means without any external supply, there is any response of the network is there means it is a natural response. Okay, forced response means the voltage, that is the network is driven by some either voltage source or current source. The response of the network is called as the forced response. Okay, it's a thing. And the next question, find the value of I of 0 and di divided by dt for the circuit shown in figure. So it's a May 2018 question. So what is the given circuit? The given circuit is a one RL series circuit. So here one resistor and one inductor connected in series with the input is a one DC source, and here one switch is there. So the switch is closed when time t equal to 0. So before that the switch is in open condition. So here the question is we have to measure the value of I of 0. What is I of 0? Current at time t equal to 0 and di of t divided by dt, that is rate of change of current we have to find out. Okay, so the first one, at the time t equal to 0, so here you see at the time t equal to 0 we are closing the switch. Okay, if you are closing the switch means the current flowing through the inductor, it will not instantaneously, it is changing. The current flowing through the inductor is slowly varying. So at the time, what is the current I of 0? The I of 0 is a 0 amps. That is the initial current flowing through the particular circuit at time t equal to 0 is a 0 amps. Okay. Then if you are applying KVL to this circuit, we will get, you write KVL equation. So 10 equal to, what is the voltage across the resistor? R into I of t. What is the voltage across the inductor? L into di by dt. So here the L value is a 1. Okay. So from this, what is our question? Our question is to find out the value of di of t divided by dt. But from this, you just rearrange. We have to find out the value of this di of t divided by dt. So that's why this term you give it to right side. So 10 minus r into I of t equal to di of t divided by dt. So now you substitute the value of r. What is the value of r? R is 1 ohms. Okay, r is 1 ohm. You substitute. So di of t divided by dt equal to 10 minus 1 into I of t. Okay, so now our question is to, we have to find di of t divided by dt at time t equal to 0. But here if you are putting I of 0 means, what is the value of I of 0? I of 0 is a 0. So what is the answer? 10 minus 0, so 10 amps. So rate of change of current at time t equal to 0 is 10 amps. I of 0 is a 0 amps. So calculated. Okay, so it's a one of the problem. And the next question, the switch S is shown in the figure is thrown to position A at a time t equal to 0. At a time t equal to 1 second, the switch is thrown to position B. Find the voltage across the capacitor for t equal to 1 second. So here you see there are two switches are there. A position, B position. First, at a time t equal to 0, the switch is connected in position A. At a time t equal to 1 second, the switch is changed to position B. Okay. So what is the question means? We have to find voltage across this capacitor for time t equal to 1 second. Okay. So first one, when the switch is connected in position A means, so here what is the circuit formed? The circuit form is a series RC circuit. Okay. So for the series RC circuit, the voltage across the capacitor formula is that Vc of t equal to V into 1 minus e power minus t divided by RC. Okay. So over here, what is the applied voltage? The applied voltage is a 20 volt. So 20 into 1 minus e power minus t divided by, what is the R value? 4. What is the C value? 1 by 4. So if you are substituting, we will get 20 into 1 minus e power minus t. Okay. So this is the voltage across the capacitor at position A. Okay. Then at a time t equal to 1 second, this switch is changed from position A to position B. Okay. Our position A to position B means, what is the voltage across the capacitor? You know, the voltage across the capacitor is not changing instantaneously, that is suddenly. Okay. So now from the voltage across the capacitor equation, you just substitute t equal to 1 second. If you are substituting t equal to 1 second, what is the answer? 20 into 1 minus e power minus 1. Okay. So if you are calculating the answer in calculator means, we will get the answer 12.642 volt. So voltage across the capacitor at a time t equal to 1 second is at 12.642 volt. Okay, so this is the answer. And the next question is, write the purpose of Laplace transformation in the circuit analysis. Okay, so in this transient analysis problem, In this transient analysis, we are always using the Laplace transform. Okay, what is the need for Laplace transform means? It transforms the time domain equation into frequency domain equation. Okay, it is the first thing. It transforms the time domain equation into frequency domain or S domain equation. Okay, and this transformation, it makes very easy to perform the algebraic operation. Okay, instead of the time domain analysis, in order to solve that equation in time domain, so the Laplace transformation domain is very easy to analyze. Okay, so these are all the applications or purpose of Laplace transform in the circuit analysis. Okay, so then the next question, what is the condition to be present in a series RLC circuit to make the circuit critically damped? So already we discussed the critically damped two problems. Okay, so that problem I told the condition is also one of the 2-mark question. Okay, so that question is asking, so what is the condition to be present in a series RLC circuit to make the circuit critically damped? So for critical damping, the condition is R by 2L the whole squared equal to 1 divided by LC. Okay, this one, or otherwise the another condition is, if you are rearranging this equation, we will get the damping ratio. The damping ratio eta equal to R by 2 square root of C by L. This damping ratio must be equal to 1. Okay, either this condition or this condition you may write. Okay, so these are all the important 2-mark question 2-mark questions and problems in the transient analysis. Okay, in the 4th unit. So please study this one. And thanks for watching video, and please subscribe my channel and share this video to your friends also. Thank you.